Today, Huawei presented its new flagship phone here in London, the P8. And I got the P7, the predecessor, to compare it. As you can see here, it's almost the same size. It's a little bit bigger, yeah, 72 millimeters now, and a little bit higher, 145. But nevertheless, you won't make it because, first of all, it's almost a little bit thinner. It's now 6.4 millimeters instead of 6.9. Yeah, it's a little bit more, the weight is a little bit higher with 144 grams instead of 126, but that has a very good reason. As you can see here, it's now an aluminum unibody corpus, meaning you have one aluminum piece over here, and the frame is metal and the backside is metal now. Just this upper side here, this is still glass, but first of all, it's Gorilla Glass 3 like on the front side. It's lying a little bit below the surface of the frame over here, so if it's falling down, it's not totally exposed, and especially it's here, not because it's just great looking, but it's now a dual color flash, meaning if you're flashing faces, for example, they are not that extremely white. It's a little bit more natural color now, and we now have optical image stabilizer. This one is almost in every case I've seen better than the regular digital stabilizers, because you all know that problem on smartphones. You're not using a tripod, but you're holding it by yourself, and in the evening, for example, if the lights go low, then you have very long exposure times, and then you have a little bit unsharp pictures always. Or imagine videos, you're using no tripod and holding your phone like this and that, then you're watching it on a big TV screen, for example, you could a little bit getting like seasick. So this is a better decision here with this optical image stabilizer and this aluminum frame. It's making it a little bit more heavy, yes, but I guess it's the correct decision, a good decision to make it here. Especially because think of glass backside, not of falling down only, but of all these fingerprints. It's looking great. I love the P7 design, especially with this surface below. It's looking always a little bit different. This is something else like here on this aluminum, of course, but it's way more stable and you do not have fingerprints at all. So I really prefer this solution. What I wanted to say is, even if you have almost the same size of the body, the display has gotten a little bit bigger. We have had on the P7 a little bit below, it was 4.95 inches to be precise, and now it's 5.2 inches. Resolution again full HD, meaning 1080 by 1920 pixels, but it's now dual domain, meaning the subpixels of the panel are in two different orders, meaning the pixels are now stable for viewing angle in two axes. It's always a little bit tricky to have it without any reflections here on those events, but I hope you can see. Doesn't mind from which angle you're looking, it's always looking okay or great, so that's a little bit better than on regular IPS panels like on the first one. And I measured 468 nits. That's kind of high, so meaning if you're using your P8 in the outside, bright sunshine for example, it should be good to read. We will test all this, of course, with the final products, but at the moment I am kind of okay that this will be a good one. What else new is, of course, you have now a new processor. It's now the Kirin 930. On the P7 it was a 910, meaning you now have 64-bit support and 8 cores, meaning 4 with 2.0 gigahertz and another 4 with 1.5 gigahertz, and additional RAM is now 3 GB instead of 2, so I am pretty sure that the P8 will be in the benchmarks way above the P7 over here. Again, we will test this with the final product if we have final hardware and software, but at the moment I have to guess, but my guess is it will be way better. Yeah, what else do you know? Do you have to know? First of all, again, of course, it's a built-in battery, lithium polymer, 2680 milliamps, a little bit more than on the P7. This was 2500. And here on the side, you have two slots. First is for a SIM. This is a nano SIM, meaning the very, very tiny ones you might know, for example, from the iPhone. And above here, it's the micro SD slot. Now officially up to 128 gigs. On the first one, on the P7, it was up to 32 gigabyte officially, so you did not always know which kind of manufacturer, which size will it really work. Now no problem at all. Internal memory, by the way, 16 gigabyte again, like on the P7. Last of all, do not mind this blue thing over here. This is just something to hide a piece Huawei didn't want to show here, because this, as I told you, it's not final software and hardware. On the final product, of course, there will be this Huawei logo here in this piece there. So just ignore this one, please. Yeah, coming back to the software, it's of course Android 5.0 now, even if you don't see it because of that usual emotion UI user interface by Huawei, we all know. And it's again, like on the first one, it's 4G, it's NFC, but it's the same like the problem with that doesn't support 5 gigahertz band of Wi-Fi N and not supporting Wi-Fi AC. That's the same problem like here, but that's the only minor thing I could find at the moment where I would say, okay, here could it have been a little bit more, but the other things seem to be okay. Yeah, well, that's enough, I hope, for a first impression of the Huawei P8. It will be available starting on May. The recommended retail price, at least here in Germany, Europe, is 499 euros. Thanks for watching, and please be so kind to recommend my channel and to subscribe to it. Thanks for that in advance, and take care. Bye.